How's it going, guys? We are back on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle for something a little bit different. Today we're going to be showcasing my entire account, very similar to the Dragon Ball Legends account showcase we did not so long ago, which also has a like goal on it for face reveal, so make sure to jump over there if you're interested in that. But like I said, today we are focusing on Dokkan Battle. Now this is a global account and I am filming this as of 15th of January 2023, so obviously after that it'll probably be updated, but this is probably a good time to actually go through the account and see all the characters I've got, all the items, all that sort of good stuff, so make sure not to go anywhere. And if you're enjoying the content as well, make sure to hit that like and subscribe. And I'm gonna pose a question to all of you in regards to my account. Out of a scale of 1 to 10, so 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest, what do you think of this account? Let me know down in the comments. And without further ado, let's jump into it. We're going to start off with the profile. It's probably a good place to start in it. So we've got rank 627. We're not up to 999 yet, but I am slowly working towards it. If I be honest, I'm not too bothered about it, but I can work towards it. We've got a power level of 613k, 278, which normally is made up of level 10 links mainly, which I've only started doing. I haven't really got on the bandwagon as quick as everybody else, but I am starting to do it now. So we've got hidden potential nodes activated, 175k, 108, which is a lot. We've got link levels at max level, so we got 336, not too bad there. We got stages cleared of 3,157, and we got the Dokkan Awakened characters 706. At the moment, I've got the, in quotation, base Gohan as a friend supporter. I do mix it up every now and then, so make sure to join me as a friend and jump into the Discord if you're not sure how to do that, if you want to as well. And I haven't got any tracks selected, so jumping out of the profile then, and alongside that we've got 232 stamina that we can go up to. We've got 426 million Zenny at the moment, and we've got 151 Dragon Stones. Obviously those things do differ on a daily basis depending on what I'm doing and all that sort of stuff as well. And as we're talking about all that sort of stuff, we're going to jump into the items, and then we'll jump into the character lists and go through all of that as well, which I know a lot of you are waiting for. So make sure once again not to go anywhere. So the training items we'll go through very quickly. I've got quite a number of training items, including all the Christmas ones and stuff like that as well. Training locations, once again, I got pretty much all of them. I do need to up the numbers a little bit, because I generally just stick onto one location as I'm training and not change it basically, even when I don't really need the training location, just because I got a lot of them basically. We've got a lot of Awakening medals. We've got all the basic Awakening medals for different events and things like that, and obviously the basic ones up here. I would say the Gregory Awakening medal is an absolute pain for me to get, and I get it every time it comes up in the barbershop and all that sort of stuff as well. I've only got 1,124 for some reason. Whenever I'm training Awakening, whether it's for SA grinds and all that sort of stuff, they always need Gregory medals. I have no idea why I'm so low in comparison to everything else, but we'll scroll through here. We've got a lot of Awakening medals for a lot of different events and all that sort of stuff. As you can probably imagine, there's a lot of Dokkan events or Dokkan Awakening events and all that sort of stuff out at the moment. And well, at this point, because we are almost 8 years on Global and a couple of weeks away from 8 years on JP. So as you may imagine, there is a lot of medals that you could possibly get. So we'll scroll through this ever so quickly. Some Awakening, Extreme Z Awakening medals as well at the bottom there. But obviously I've not got this account to basically the full that it could be. There is still characters that I need to max out and all that sort of stuff as well. So I am still working on a couple of them, but that's all the Awakening medals and our skill orbs as well. I've got quite a lot of skill orbs, generally around level 1, 2 and 3, because I don't like to actually attach them to characters. I like to wait for the 4 or the glorious level 5s, and especially golds and all that sort of stuff as well. So I generally keep all of those. That's why we've got higher figures and they're more common on level 1, 2 and 3. But if we go scroll down a little bit further, we've got all these sort of better orbs down here. Like I said, I've got quite a lot of orbs. We get these from obviously Chain Battle, from the packs that you can pick up from the what was the Pilaf's Trove. We've got them from events, all that sort of stuff as well. So I'm generally quite stocked up. I've like to keep at least one copy of each of them that I have, and I generally try to go for all the infinite ones as well, so obviously if I need to change it I can. And if we've got a brand new character that comes out that really I think needs some skill orbs, I can resort back to them. That's why I like to keep one as well. And the fact that we've got a bit of storage, because ultimately with this game it is a collector's game, and as you probably know with me, I am quite the bit of a collector when it comes to these type of games, and that is my main premise. Obviously I like to jump into PvP with Dragon Ball Legends, and I like to try and complete all the events and things like that on Dokkan Battle, but ultimately at heart I am a collector. So we've got quite a lot of skill orbs there, decent amount to be fair. Like I said, I do equip them to all the new characters as they come out, especially after the showcases that I may do and things like that as well. But I'm stocked up pretty well there, I would say. So special stickers, we've got a couple of them just sat there as well. I do like to put them onto brand new Dokkan Festival units where appropriate. Basically, we've got the support items. I've got one of pretty much every support item at the very least. Obviously, the ones that are mainly used is a Princess Snake, the Aita, we've got Icarus / Whis, and the, where is it, Ghost Usher as well. So I'm pretty stocked up on them. I never really find any issues with them as well. Obviously, we get in a couple of events now, like the Cell Max event and things like that, where you specify Senzu beans. But basically, when it comes to those support items, I'm doing pretty okay, I think. And we've got the support memories as well. So I did, not so long ago, I grinded out all the events and things like that to make sure that I had as many support memories as possible on the global account as well. Obviously, this one I haven't quite got to max because we can't at the moment, basically. It's all off the back of the Super Battle Roads and things like that. But as they're coming out, as you know on the channel, I do release a video completing it. So we are working towards it. But everyone, all the others, I think, comment down below if I'm wrong, but I think I've got all the memories I could possibly have. So that's not bad. That's pretty handy. Like I said, I made sure to grind all of them out. So going into the treasures then, we'll have a little look at the treasures. Obviously, these are things that you can exchange in the barber shop and all that sort of stuff for good things. Generally, a lot of these can go away from the exchange shop, but they do come back and all that sort of stuff. The main reason I specify that is because these things like this growth badge and stuff like that, and the Valentines and all that sort of stuff. I've actually got Valentines from this one, 2021 and 2022 as well. Not bad. We're going to get 2023 this year as well. I've kept some of these memorable Dragon Stones as well, just because it's 29. I wasn't that bothered about getting the rest of the tickets and things like that, because those type of banners, as you'll see in a second, my box is generally quite good when it comes to characters. I've got quite a lot of rainbows and all that sort of stuff, so I didn't really need it. I thought, why not? I'll keep a little bit of them, because, like I said, why not as well? So the Battlefield memory, I'm doing okay. It says 9,999 plus and all that sort of stuff, but it's not actually that amount. We've got 4 million basically, is it? No, 426,000 maths you have to get there in the end, don't you? And coin wise as well, because I know that a lot of people will be interested in the gotcha coins at the moment. I've got 601 red coins, we've got 454 yellow coins, we've got 146 blue coins, and then the new teal, turquoise, whatever you want to call it, we've got 440. So I've done quite a lot of summons on those the carnival banners, to be fair. I know a lot of YouTubers generally have loads and loads of these coins. I do actually use them because I don't go for basically rainbow units. So when they come back around, I do use them, especially for the 7th year anniversary LRs and all that sort of stuff. So that's generally what I keep it for, or if I am missing any LRs, then I will make sure to save enough of these to get that LR. So that's all the treasure items. We'll have a little look as well, like I said, at the characters and things like that. But we've got the potential orbs up next, which I will just scroll through these so you can have a little look at what we've got. I like to stay as stocked up as possible. I know one of the other YouTubers, or some other YouTubers, say these are really hard to get. I've never had an issue, I'll be honest. And like I said, I rainbow pretty much all the units I can, all that sort of stuff. I've never really had an issue. So that's why with Pet and Battle, a lot of people will say to go for the hidden potential orbs. I don't encounter any issues, so I always go for Zenny, because that's where I encounter issues, basically. But there's all the orbs anyway, and we've got the last section for items, which is other. So that is like tickets, we've got the keys, all that sort of stuff, and the meats and things like that as well. And we keep things like this as well, the broken tile from the Tricks Won't Work Tile Breaking Challenge. I can't remember how long ago that was, but those are items that we got from a certain event that come out at the time. So we got weekend summons, which I will be using most likely. We got these SSR, which are the World Tournaments tickets up here. I do like to stock them up and just use them all in one go. Don't really do videos on it though. If you guys are interested, let me know down in the comments. We've also got basically Red Zone tickets. We've got worldwide campaign tickets, all those sort of tickets as well, but you can see them all there basically anyway. But I'm doing okay with them. Meats I'm lacking quite a bit on, I would say, but I'll look to build them up. We generally get some more of those every time we've got new characters and complete missions and things like that, so I'm not too worried, if I be honest. So that is all the items and all that sort of stuff that I do have on this account. Just before we jump into the teams, the character lists, and all that sort of good stuff as well, I do just want to point out with the reverse, we do have quite a couple of characters which I just leave sitting here because when I pull them, I don't use them on a daily basis, but when I pull them I can add to their SA or hidden potential and all that sort of stuff as well, and basically build them up to get them to rainbow starred. I just realized that this guy can actually be rainbowed. I'll probably do that after this video, if I be honest, but you can see basically what I do then. That's why these characters are sat there like that. But like what we'll do now is we'll have a little look at the teams. We'll take a little time on this. There's a couple of teams that we've got here and I'll scroll through them as we go through, but honestly, these teams change on a daily basis. If I want a new team, I'll just go onto a random one and just update it. There are some teams, such as the brand new Piccolo and the Beast Gohan and things like that, that I leave as it is, because I most likely go back to it, for instance with the Gamma 1s and the Gamma 2s and things like that. But when we get new characters and all that sort of stuff, I'm not actually that bothered about which teams I'm updating and all that sort of stuff as well. So we'll go through number 2. So as you can see, I've got pretty much the same sort of teams here. And I just, like I said, I just update it as I go along. Apart from section number 5, which we will go into in a second. But here are all the teams that we've got. So it is nice that they updated the teams quite a while ago now, to be fair, but it used to be only 5 teams, but that's why I basically just update a team as I go along, just because now we've got up to 50 teams that we can set. Maybe I will look to set it so there's specific teams and all that sort of stuff, but that'll be in the future and things like that. At the moment, the way that I do it, I'm quite happy with doing it. I'm not too worried, because it does mean that for the videos, I always get to mix up the teams and the characters used as well, rather than just specifying certain teams, basically, that you'll just see over and over and over and over. So number 5 then, like I said, there are some random teams in here as well, but towards the end here, I have all my free-to-play teams. Basically, apart from that one for some reason, basically the reason I keep them in number 5 is purely because when we get the Extreme Z areas and things like that, you need free-to-play units, so I can just resort to one of these teams, because obviously when it's a brand new Extreme Z area or it's one that you've not done before, you can't just go for the team that you did it with before, basically. So that's why I keep these for level 5 or slot number 5, just all the free-to-play ones, so I can revert to it if I need to as well. So that's all the teams as well. Like I said, let's jump into probably what you've all been waiting for as well, my actual Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle Global box and all that sort of good stuff as well. I have actually set it up in different things, so we can see full 100%, full level 10 links, all that sort of stuff as well. And just as a reminder, guys, if you haven't already, just before we jump into it, make sure to hit that like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into the character list. Come on, let's have a little look. So this is just the character list as it is, just my whole box basically. I have it on attack pretty much always, just because that is what I'm used to. Obviously you can change up the categories if you need to, which I do often as well when I need to. You can look at just super class, extreme class, all that sort of stuff as well if you wanted to, but like I said, I just keep it on basically attack. So just before we scroll through that entire list so you guys can see all of it, I have set up some tags, which are tags that I've actually done outside of this. I just do it for my own well-being, I guess. But it's good to have these tags here. So starting off with the tags LRs. So we've got 107 LRs in total. Actually, one second, we will just double check. So if I do this, because I may have not, yeah, we haven't added you, and that is it that we haven't added. So we've actually got 109 LRs. So I would point out, I believe, or I think, going through everything, I've got at least one copy of every single LR that is out on Global at the moment. We are expecting Golden Freezer coming soon, so expect some summons. But at the time of filming this, I've got every single LR. If there's one that you've noticed I'm missing, please do comment down below. But I'm like 95% sure I've got every single LR in here. So we'll scroll through it just quickly, and I'll go through a couple of my favorite LRs. And then we'll go into the next section, which is full 100% units as well. So there's all the LRs. Like I said, I'll go through a couple of my favorites, or maybe most used, should we say, is probably a good thing. So I would say, even though he came out for not the worldwide campaign last year, but the year before, but this Super Saiyan Goku is one of my favorite units to use. He stacks defense, he has awesome animations, he's got an active skill, and he is just unreal. And to be honest, it's one of my favorite scenes as well, with the Frieza and the Goku. Obviously the fight on Namek and things like that when he first turns Super Saiyan, all that sort of good stuff. It takes me back, basically. So that is one of the reasons I really like this unit. And also his counterpart, the Frieza, as well. I also use this unit quite a lot, especially on LOE and things like that. They are both rainbowed, which is very good. And like I said, they are both very good units, even though they are over 1 year old. So some other units that I also like, we've got the obvious ones of the 7th year LRs. We've got them, and where are the Monkey Boys? There they are. Obviously 7-year LRs, you've got to like them. They're absolutely unreal. I would say that this one is only 55%, and the gods are 69. Are they? Yeah, 69%. So that's where I use my coins and all that sort of stuff, basically. But you've got to mention them, basically, because they're such a good unit. Good units, even this Super Saiyan Goku. It's really unfortunate you can't really use him alongside the Int Super Saiyan Goku, but it is what it is. So going through some other LRs as well that we've got here. I do really like the Cooler that came out this worldwide campaign, because he just decimates things as we go through it. And we've got the pretty obvious, I guess, the brand new Ultimate Gohan, which does turn into Beast. And we've also got the Piccolo, which turns into Orange Piccolo. I think he's down here. I've got one dupe in both of them as well, which is nice. So I will take that 100%. Where is the Gohan? There he is. 69%, yeah. So I've got one dupe in both. So I definitely take that. And they are absolutely unreal units. So one of my favourite LRs that I don't use very often, but it's just because of the character. A lot of you who follow the channel probably know this already, is this Bardock. It took me ages to try and pull him. He was one of my white whales. It's the motto, or the saying, I guess. I just could not pull this unit to save my life. And finally I managed to pull him. And he's only on 79%, unfortunately. But since he had his EZA and things like that, absolutely unreal unit. I really like using him where I can. But like I said, the main reason I do like him is not only because the art's pretty cool, to be honest, but because it is Bardock as well. That is one of the main reasons. I really want to see a Super Saiyan Bardock LR. I don't think that we actually have like a proper one from my memory, but I would like to see one. We've got this one, which is the Bardock team, but a Super Saiyan Bardock, like transforming or something, would be absolutely unreal. I know it's not for everybody, and they probably, well, they may do it, but like LR-wise, they prefer to release like Vegetos, Gogetas, all that sort of stuff, because they're money-making machines. But I would very much, I think that's probably the LR that I'd really want to see, is a Super Saiyan Bardock, or a Bardock transforming into Super Saiyan. Maybe the animations are from before he gets hit by Frieza's Blast, and then after is when you against Chilled. Something like that would be amazing. But we've just had or JP's not long had a Dokkan Fest Bardock, yet to have it on Global, and we had that Bardock for Saiyan Day, so I think it'll be a little ways away before something like that happens. But that's basically the LR that I'd be looking for. But as we go through this, there are loads of LRs in here that I really like using, and I use quite often. The brand new merged Zamasu is really good as well. I try to use this unit where possible. I really like the fact of this unit as well, because this unit is actually not based off the manga. They kind of made, it's like a what if that they did themselves. So that is why I try to use this unit as much as possible. I think good work on them, and I'd like to see more units like that as well. But to be honest, with the rest of the LRs, it's pretty much as you expected, to be honest, of which ones I like the most. They're just the ones that are a lot better and all that sort of stuff, generally, and a lot handier throughout the events and things. But that's a couple of things to do with the LRs that we've got here. Like I said, we've got quite a lot there. We've got quite a lot. If I do this, actually, and then we'll go to activation. We'll see it in a second in the next one, but there is a lot of rainbow LRs that we've got here. So I'm doing quite well when it comes to rainbowing LRs. There's a couple that I just struggle to actually pull. There's a couple on 90% to be honest, but the ones that I mainly struggle to pull is the Goku and Gohan that I just mentioned. This Android 13, which was a nightmare for me to try and pull, and I finally pulled a unit. These guys are quite new, so they're only 55%, because generally when a new banner comes out, I only go for one unit. If I get a dupe, great, but I'll only go for the one copy. And I also really like this unit as well. Dropped off a little bit, but I've only got him to 55%, so I'd like to get more copies in there. But the rest of them, I'm looking pretty good with 100% and all that sort of stuff. So speaking of 100%, I've also got another tag. Once again, all my 100% units. We'll scroll through these so you can have a little look. If there are certain units that you wanted to see or whatnot, just feel free to pause it and all that sort of stuff. But in total, we've got 379 fully 100% units. So they've got all their dupes fully maxed out with hidden potential. And obviously, if I pull those units, then I have the chance to exchange them in the barbershop as well for more gotcha coins, basically, if I need to. So we've got a lot of rainbow units in here, to be honest. Like I said, we've got over 300. Let me know down in the comments if you've got more rainbow units than me or not. I know my mate who's got quite a lot of rainbow units is somewhat straggling behind me, but he's got a lot more level 10 links, I would say that. So, you know, ups and downs and all that sort of stuff. But we got a lot of really good units here at Rainbow Starred, and generally, to be honest, the ones that are rainbowed or I rainbow quickest are either really good free-to-play units or generally like the summonable units, I would say. The reason I say that is because there's a lot of free-to-play units that I don't focus on at all because I don't really need them, I won't use them, all that sort of stuff. But we can see it quite a lot as we're scrolling through here. Free-to-play units that I have done. Like I said, if they're good at the time and things like that, I'll make sure to do it, and if people are interested in them, and also to complete the missions, to be honest, as well. I've also got this guy, which is one of the world tournaments. I got him rainbowed as well, so we've done okay on world tournament units as well. Out of the rainbowed, if I had to pick one unit that I think's the best or my most favourite to use, let's have a little look. Like I said, if I had to focus on one unit for the rainbows, at the moment I'd probably say as well. To be honest, these are probably up there because they've got their Ghost Usher as well. They are a really good unit. They are starting to drop off finally now, but they are a really good unit, especially at 100%. Throughout here, this is a very good unit to 100%, especially with all the movie bosses, basically events like Red Zone, Cellmax, all that sort of stuff as well. I'm just scrolling through to see which ones that I'd probably say, because we've scrolled quite a bit to the bottom now. I'm not sure, to be honest. We've got so many rainbowed ones. Quite hard to pick because quite a lot of the LRs and things like that I mentioned are at the top here, which are just as they are. Actually, if I had to pick one Rainbow Starred character, nothing, well, I say nothing to do with the animations and stuff. Obviously, that does contribute, and the unit itself. But this unit is probably my favourite Rainbow unit that I have, and the reason for that is the summonings that I did on this were absolutely unreal. I want to say off the top of my head, and maybe getting the figure wrong because it's the top of my head, but like 500 stones, maybe max, I went into their banner or something, and I managed to rainbow this guy and get an extra copy as well. So the fact of that, and also when I do use this guy in events, which I do try to bring him in as much as possible, he just dominates and absolutely destroys everything. So that's one of the reasons he's one of my favourite, or probably my favourite rainbow unit that I've got at the moment. It does differ from day to day, to be honest, and obviously sometimes I will update and get some new rainbows and things, and it can change. I still very much like this unit as well, even though they dropped off the meta a little bit, but this unit is still absolutely unreal, and still to this day, even though it's like 3 to 4 years old, I think he is, his animations are still very good, so I do like that unit as well. So that's all the rainbow units that we've got. Like I said, quite a lot. We've got 379 there, and I want to say just started, but the past couple of months I've started full 10 links, so link leveling basically. So looking through here, I've got 35 units, full level 10 link. I've got a lot of other units which are like on 7s, 8s and 9s, but obviously to fit this particular, well I guess category if you want to call it that, or this tag, obviously they need full level 10 links, so that includes the actual transformations as well. So every unit in here is full level 10 links. We've got the brand new Vegeta and Trunks, we've got the 7th year LRs, we've got this Cell, which has got an Easy 8 on JP, so he's ready, and same with the Gohan. So I'm starting to work through it, to be honest. I started off with my favourite characters, as you probably expect, with a Bardock and stuff like that as well. So I started off with these characters, and then I've started working through, basically, from the Easy A's and all that sort of stuff. And just, I have one team. As someone gets full level 10 links, I'll take someone out, put someone else in, and just keep it rotating, basically. We've also got Captain Guinea full level 10 links, which is good. But it can make a difference, especially in these harder events, so that's why I'm mainly doing this now. We've also got the brand new Easy A Gogeta and Broly, which I've been level 10 link leveling for ages, since they're Easy A, and I've only just got both of them full level 10 links. They started off on like 8s and 9s, and now they're only level 10. Took ages. I was going to do a video on it, but I don't know if you guys are actually interested in that now, because like I said, it took so long. But we got 35 full level 10 links, which is not bad, but I know there's a lot of people there that are smashing me, so let me know down in the comments how many full level 10 links you have, and did you beat me, yes or no? Okay, so that's all the tags that I've actually got built. I could probably make more tags for maybe a video like this in the future. And here is Team X, which is basically all the things which are to be sold, so like the Zenny statues and all that sort of stuff, and also any Elder Kais and anything that falls along that. I would say that I just came off the back of having 100 Elder Kais, but I put a lot of SAs up as well. As I've been going through, so I have gone down a little bit, and then with the Gohan and the Piccolo, and then the Trunks and Goten, and the Pan as well, that did lower it by like 40 basically, or like 60 and things like that. So I'm generally staying quite afloat with the Elder Kais, and we've got some of those blue coins as well, so not too bad. If we go back to the original, like I said, I will scroll through here so you can see all the characters, and I'll talk a little bit through it as well. But if we go special attack level, just for now, so we can see all the fully SA'd units, and we'll scroll through this as well. Like I said, I usually do it on attack, but just to show you that people are fully SA'd. The only units that generally aren't are either units that I don't use very often at all, or they are units that are like dupes, basically. As soon as I get a brand new unit, one of the first things to do, as you probably imagine, is fully train them, fully SA them, and also awaken them as well. I just noticed these guys aren't, but that's because they're free to play with the extra 5. If they're free to play, I much prefer to try and grind that out. Granted, sometimes I sit on it a little bit, but I would much prefer to grind it out and keep the Elder Kais where I can possibly, and put that into summonable units, basically, or units that don't have a free to play SA or farmable SA, as I imagine a lot of you try to do as well. I would say this Vegeta as well. The I've only got 79%, and he's been out for like 5 years. It's absolutely unreal that he keeps dodging me, but hey ho, it is what it is, because he's still very useful to this day in some events. So let's scroll through it as we go through. I've got 1,400 units in total. I would say as we get to the bottom, you'll probably notice quite a lot of these units are ones that are like dupes, or they're there ready for SA, because I would say I do not like to get rid of like any SSRs or anything like that, just in case in the future we get a new version of it, because obviously we can use that as SA fodder and build that SA without using Elder Kai. So I do like to do that. So as we get to the bottom of this character list, you'll notice it gets very messy, and that's the main reason why. At the top here, it's not so bad, but when we get to the bottom, that's the main reason why, and it's purely because I keep them for SA, or I've got dupes, or at the moment as well with the teal coin. I mean, I think it's coming. I think they released it in Jump Fest and stuff like that. But at the moment, you can't exchange units for teal coins. I am working on him, and I'll have him done soon. I think I've got to do the Dokkan event twice more. But yeah, so you can't exchange for the teal coins yet. So I've got a lot of those characters. That'll be, once we're able to do that, I can just exchange all them and things like that. But yeah, it does get a little bit messy as we go down. So we've still got all the level 10 links. Special attack level 10 up here. So we're doing okay. I can still rainbow them and things like that as well. But I tend to keep it until the end of the celebration, so we know if they got an easy A and things like that as well. And if they do, then I fully easy A them. And then I will add to their hidden potential depending on obviously their kits and things like that as well. So we're getting where it gets a bit messy now. So we're dropping the SA down a little bit. As I mentioned, as I'm summoning, I will keep these characters, ones that I don't really use or are pretty much fodder, very old and things like that, like this Vegeta or this Gohan. I'll just keep them at the bottom here, and as I pull them, I'll just up their SA level just a little bit. And then once I hit full SA level 10 and we've got all the paths open, I'll just fully 100% them, to be honest. Here we can see some of the dupes. I know that you'd probably notice in some LR units, but these are dupes, I would say. He's also got a dupe in him. So you probably notice at the top I've already got them 100% and rainbows, so I don't need any more copies. They're just there, basically. We'll jump into the barber shop in a second, have a look at the coins, because it shows you a bit better there. All my dupes, they're just sat there, like all the LRs, like this guy. I'm going to work towards having him... So he's almost 100%. I've already got 100% unit. I'll work towards having 100% of that, and then 100% of that, because as we go through Dokkan, it looks like it's not slowing down. 8 years is still very good for a gotcha game, but it doesn't look like it's slowing down. So I'll keep them, and then we'll just go through, because they are different forms for the LRs. Even this guy's got 2 dupes in him. But as I mentioned, they are different forms to the actual LR state. So that's why I'll just keep them as that, and I'll build them up basically as we go along. And that's basically what I'll do. So we've got the collector's sort of side. So as I scroll through, you'll see all the different arts as well. I've even got like 2 of this Kaioken and Goku. I wish they introduced some sort of trading mechanic. I know they wouldn't, because it would reduce their amount of money that they get. Because once again, it is still a business. But if they did something like that, like this Goku, we've already looked at, he is rainbowed. So I could swap that for something that I actually need with somebody else if they need this unit. That'd be incredible. But I don't think they'll ever do it, to be honest. We had Murmurs before. We've actually got almost a rainbowed Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta dupe as well. 9 copies of that guy. Really don't need any more. So as I mentioned with the Kaioken Goku, I do have a dupe of him, because within, like I said, like 500 odd-ish stones, and we had 5 copies of him, which is crazy, absolutely crazy. Even one summon, I got 2 of him in there. But yeah, all the rest of these are pretty much dupes. Or characters that I've just not awakened because I don't use them, like this one, like Margarita and stuff. So the reason I say that is because I noticed I've got another one here. I'll put her in at some point. So what I'll generally do is I'll show you in a second, but generally, like once a month or something like that, I'll try and clear out the box. And what I'll do, so you can see, we looked at that Vegeta earlier, I've got another one here. And what I'll do, so let's scroll to the bottom here, so we've got all of them in the video here. There we go, and got loads of Cybermen at the bottom. So what I'll generally do is go through physical extreme, keep it on like attack or something like that, and then just scroll to the bottom, see what dupes I've got, and then just add it in. So for instance, if we had dupes of this guy, I would just add to his SA, and then go from there, and then just go from extreme to superclass, and then from phys to strength, and just keep going basically. And that's what I do once a month to try and clean out my box as much as possible. But unfortunately with the dupes, there's only so much you can do. So let me know down in the comments, once again, out of scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest, what do you think of my actual account? Let me know between 1 and 10 what you think. I personally think it's about an 8, because there are people who absolutely blow me out of the water, but we've got all the units basically. I don't think I'm missing any Dokkan Festival units off the top of my head. The only one I was missing was the Majin Vegeta, and I recently picked him up with coins, so I don't think I'm missing any Dokkan Fests off the top of my head. But once again, top of my head, comment down below if you notice any units I am missing. But we're doing okay basically on the units, so that's everything to do with the units there as well. I tell you what we'll also do is, actually no we won't, because we've showed all of the rainbows. I was going to show all the hidden potential and stuff, but like I said, we already showed all the rainbows. I will go into this as well, because I do like to work off this as much as possible. So this is Dokkan Awakening, all the characters in the game, and all their Dokkan Awakenings as well. And when you get them fully Dokkan Awakened, whether it's LR or to their UR state or whatever it is, then it will go fully gold. So we'll scroll through this to show all the goldness. And basically, any units that aren't gold, I'll refer back to at when I'm bored or something like that, and try to fill it out as much as possible, because I like to go off this, and I want to see at someday pretty much everything in this little bar being showing all gold. That's what I want to work towards, and that's what I want to see. We're doing quite well at the moment. Like I said, I haven't seen any spots at the moment, but as I say that, we come to the Goku Black, which I never pulled, so I am missing characters there as well. And there will be some characters that I'm yet to awaken. Didn't get a Chile. Still yet to awaken this guy. So, like I said, I'm working towards it, basically. But it'd be nice to see some of these sort of units. The SRs are the ones that I generally really don't bother with, but I will do at some point. I will also awaken a Snapper at some point. But, yeah, when the SSRs are up to... or SR up to SSRs, up to UR, and things like that, I really keep them to last, I would say. I keep them to last just because they're long, and I'm not going to use the unit, and that's basically why. Quite a lot of, well, these Dragon Ball Hero ones I'm missing, to be fair, but I'll go back and get them at some point. I'm sure I had copies of these at some point. Maybe I just sold them or something. I'm not sure. Oh well, it is what it is. So, we showed her a bit earlier on. I do need to work on her. We've got this TM from the World Tournament. Is it the World Tournament? I think he is. But, yeah, so... as you can see, I've pretty much got one copy of nearly every unit. Not this guy, unfortunately. But I just need to work on actually awakening them and doing all that sort of fun stuff and all that good stuff as well. And then we'll have these all fully gold. So as we scroll down here, there's a couple of more spaces than I would like to see, to be honest. And to be honest, after doing this video, I feel like I'm going to go back and get some of these to gold, to be honest. Most of them are World Tournament units as well, because obviously you need the World Tournament medals, and they're the main reasons why I haven't awakened them. Or Dragon Ball Heroes as well, where I've got a bit unlucky from pulling their units. That's the main standout spots that we're missing here, but the odd one or two units that I'm sure I had one of these. Maybe he is a World Tournament, maybe? I'm sure I had a copy of him, but oh well. But yeah, there are some copies of units that I do need to work on, basically. So, some spots, very unfortunate not to get this guy ever. Very good tech support, especially when it was monotech. And same here with these ones, so I'll have to pick these up with coins or something like that at some point, because they don't really bring those banners around anymore. I don't blame them, because it's the easiest way to get specific LRs, and also the support units and things like that. And generally, people have got all the units off those banners and things like that now, but it is what it is. They don't really bring them around a lot, but when they do, I'm going to try and get those support units as much as possible. So we're about halfway through. Quite a lot of gold as we go through this. Like I said, I'll speed it up just a little bit. There is a lot of gold, fully gold units. To be honest, I'd say about 80% is probably done, maybe 75%. But the rest of them are like free-to-play units, once again, World Tournament units, all that sort of stuff. And that's the main reason that they're not fully done. I don't know why this guy's not done. I'm sure I've got him rainbowed, but oh well, okay. And we got all these ones. We'll keep scrolling down to the bottom here. Like I said, I think quite a lot. To be fair, considering there's quite a lot of gold here. I have been playing this Dokkan Battle and this account since like the first anniversary, I think it was. It was definitely about when Super Gogeta, the Strength one, first ever came out. And I'm sure the first banner that it was on, now I may be wrong, it was with the two Super Saiyan Blues, so the Goku and the Vegeta, the Strength Vegeta. I can't remember which Goku it was. The blue one, I think it is, the AGL one. And I think that's when I started. So I've been around quite a while. So I've been around for about 5 to 6 years at the least. So we're doing okay, I think, having quite a lot of goals here. Like I said, there are some that need to be done up and things like that. But I'll get around to them at some point, basically. That's my way of thinking, at the very least. We'll start to lack a little bit more on the gold down here at the bottom here. Like, once again, they are more, and definitely here, because these are the SRs that go to SSRs, and then up to URs. With these freezers, I think you can't do these anymore. Maybe you can, actually. I know with this freezer, they took it out of the pool and then put it back, so maybe that's what I'm thinking of, but this one's from the Bardock event, but I'll go back and complete them all. So these are all the mainly where all the gold ones aren't. But like I said, we've got quite a lot of golds there, so we've done basically completed quite a lot of Dokkan Battle, I would say. So that's everything there as well. Shenron, we've done all of these special stickers we've had a little look at before. So what we'll have a look at now is we'll go into like all the events and things like that, because I just want to show you that I've pretty much completed all the missions and all the events, especially the ones that are out at the moment. The one thing that I'm still working on, I would say, just because it bored me and I stopped playing, that's the only reason, is the All-Stars. I know there's Dragonstones out there, but like I said, I just got bored. Where is it, actually? Let's see where the All-Stars is. There's the All-Stars. So yeah, I'm on 911 and I got bored. I will go back to it at some point, but we've completed pretty much all these as well. Fully cleared and things like that. It'd be nice if it showed you at the front, so we could show we completed all the event missions except for Cell Max, and it's actually the ones that came out a little while ago. Special Pose, Artificial Life Forms. Not really tried that hard, to be honest, but maybe I'll revisit it at some point. I wanted to do a video, but then other things came out, and you know what it's like. But we're doing okay. We've completed quite a lot on here. With something else that people probably want to know, wherever it is this one. They give it to Dokkan Punch Machine, which came out ages ago, a couple of years ago. I've got one mission I'm yet to do on there, and that is for more orbs, but I'm not, once again, not that bothered. I'm fine with orbs, so that's why I'm not focusing on it. Growth-wise, we've completed pretty much all of these, and all the stories as well. Like I said, I did a little bit of a grind to actually get all the memories, the support memories and stuff. So I've grinded out quite a lot of these. So I tell you what, let's have a little look in the exchange shop now. Even though we already know, but we've got 298k Barber points. I use these quite regularly for Gregory's and also support memory film and things like that. And that's mainly why I don't have a lot of Barber points. As soon as they brought the film in here, my Barber points went down like nobody's business. So we've got the Zenny, we've got treasures along here, which we've already seen from the items, but I'll just show you from this particular basically screen. So there's all the coins and things like that as well, Power Surge tickets and the plushies and all that sort of stuff, which I'm going to work on so we can easy aid this guy. which has recently come out. As you can see, it shows new. We've got Secrets Treasure Chest, which is where I get most of my skill orbs. We are sitting on quite a bit of emblems and things like that as well, so I can use them as a backup if I need to. But the main reason I came in here, and probably the last thing that we're going to go through, I'll cut it and double check if there's anything else I want to go through, but probably the last thing is on here, so we can show all the coins of the LRs and things like that. Like I said, if I pull an LR, I can't bring myself to barber points them, so that's why they just sit there in case we get more Dokkan Festival units or something like that, where I can SA it using these. For instance, this Gohan has recently got his Easy 8 on JP, so I'll work towards getting one of these to level 5 and fully awakened, so I can just add them in and not use any Elder Kais and things like that, basically. But any sort of fodder units or anything like that I have dupes of fully 100%, I will obviously change for coins, just the LRs they don't. If we look in the legendary summon, there's actually none in there. And then we got other here, which is the blue coins. Once again, we can't trade for the teal / the aqua, whatever you want to call it, coins, which is really unfortunate, but it is what it is, unfortunately. Alright then, guys, so that is pretty much my full Dokkan account. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and if you haven't already, guys, make sure to hit that like and subscribe. And just as a reminder, if you wanted to jump over to our Dragon Ball Legends account showcase, there is ongoing a 100 like goal on there, and if we hit that like goal, then we will do some face reveals in the future, so I would appreciate it. But like I said, hit like on this video as well if you are more of a Dokkaner. Like I said, I would appreciate it, and let me know down in the comments, scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest, what do you think of this account? And also let me know if you feel like I've missed anything out. We'll just have a little look at the gift box. It's just all bubbles in there, basically. And missions, we will look at ever so quickly and complete the daily missions. We've got, whenever it loads, we've got the normal. Some of them still yet to complete, usually Pet and Battle. These ones I complete as we go along. We've completed quite a lot of them, to be fair. We've got the trials, which I've got some left to do, to be fair, but I've got everything I need to out of there. And Portal of Memories, once again, I've completed as much as possible. Any Dragonstone missions, I tried my very hardest to complete, to be honest. But like I said, that is pretty much everything. We've gone through everything that we need to. I would also point out that I do have the subscription service just before the daily capsule of 3. And here's all the wallpapers I've got as well, because I almost forgot about that. But yeah, that is pretty much everything on a Dokkan Battle. So like I said, hit that like and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, I'll catch you later. Ciao.